Cheers and welcome to S.O.V and Beers. I'm Tony from SOVHORROR.com, and today I'm drinking some Stone, local San Diego brewery, really good beer. Even if you're not in San Diego, you should be able to get this stuff, so check it out. They make really good beer, especially their double IPAs. Very good. Anyways, so today is kind of a continuation of a video I did a few months back, kind of going over our catalog of films and talking a little bit about our catalog of films. And last time we ended on talking about The Roommate, which is a short film from Amerikill and Jim Mills, the maker of The Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man. And unfortunately, this disc is out of print now, so if you guys missed out on this, I'm sorry, you snooze, you lose, it's gone. But as you know, typically we don't do limited releases, so you can still get Mr. Ice Cream Man. So we finally put this one out. We've been working on this one for, gosh, the better part of a year almost. I think 6 or 7 months I was working on this release. Very closely with Amerikill and Jim Mills. This is an officially licensed DVD. And it's loaded with bonus features. I mean, we got a ton of stuff on here. We got commentaries, interviews, the making of the ice cream truck, and this was a really fun one to put out. And one thing I really love about Mr. Ice Cream Man is it's one of the few shot-on-video horror movies that actually has kids involved quite a bit. You know, there's children actors, and the children actors actually do really good in this movie. I mean, this movie, I feel this movie's almost too good for our label. It's a very well-made movie. And I did want to mention, I have the VHS release here. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the VHS release, but kind of an interesting fact with the VHS release, at least this particular copy that I have, and I believe the rental copy I rented as a kid was the same way, there is no music on this tape. There's no soundtrack. It's literally only the film itself. So if you've only seen the VHS version, I highly recommend you check out our new DVD version. The print looks amazing. We did a whole new transfer of the Digi-Betacam on this guy, and I mean, this looks Blu-ray amazing. But we're not going to rip you off by selling it to you on a Blu-ray disc. We're going to sell it on SD, DVD, because that's how the movie was made. Anyways, Mr. Ice Cream Man, please, one of my favorite releases yet. I'm so stoked on this one. I highly recommend picking up a copy of this one. Alright, up next, we actually have 2 releases. I'll kind of just talk about these 2 together because they kind of go together. We got 2 from director Chris LaMartina, probably best known for his movie WNUF Halloween Special. I know it's a Halloween tradition in my house. Or Call Girl Cthulhu, one of his latest films. Really awesome movie. Well, these are his first 2 movies. We have Amerikill, which he made when he was only 14 years old. I mean, this is the best movie made by a 14-year-old. I've seen quite a few movies made by 14-year-olds, and I don't want to put down any of those filmmakers either, because there's been some great young filmmakers. But this is personally one of my favorites. It's pretty much like if 14-year-olds in the 90s made Scream. I mean, you got things like Death by a Wallet Chain and stuff like that, you know, really cool kind of pop-punk ska soundtrack, you know, very 90s feel on this one, and it's a lot of fun, very, very well made for being made by someone so young, and you can really see Chris's talent. So Amerikill's a lot of fun, and we have S.O.V, the True Independence episode on this, which also covers the making of WNUF Halloween Special too. So if you wanted to learn more about that movie, there's some stuff on this as well as the Amerikill 2 footage. They abandoned that project, unfortunately, but they did start making it, and we got the footage on the disc, folks. So, and then we got his follow-up, a little horror anthology called Dead Teenagers, and this is pretty much, it's kind of like more in the vein of Creepshow. It's a really fun anthology. I mean, you got like killer grandmas, you got like these bad-faced killers like Friday the 13th Part 2, you got vampires. I mean, you got a little bit of everything for everyone, and we got a brand new commentary on this, interview with actor Sean Quinn, who was also in Amerikill. We have an interview with him on that too, and this one's a lot of fun. If you're into horror anthologies, I highly recommend Dead Teenagers. This would be a great one for Halloween season, for sure. Alright, now our latest releases. What did we just put out this week, actually? This week, I am so excited about this. This is our first shot-on-film release, hopefully not our last. Our first shot-on-film release, and this is Blood Orgy of the Leather Girls, Michael Lucas's 1988 movie. And this is the first time this has ever been on DVD, this film. Originally it was only out on VHS. There's one of the VHS cover art right there. And we worked very close with director Michael Lucas on this. It was we actually it's a new transfer of the movie from the 1-inch Video Master, and we got 2 commentaries on it. We have a whole another feature film on it. Michael Lucas's first film, The Devil Has the Biggest Tits You've Ever Seen. I mean, talk about a title, right? I'm going to tell you right now, though, there's no nudity in that film, so don't let that title fool you. But it's fun. It's actually a takeoff of an old Mad Magazine joke, and that's kind of gives you an idea of Michael Lucas's humor. And one of the things I've always found really interesting about this movie is, for years, I mean, the film is actually credited to Meredith Lucas, who was supposedly Michael's sister. Well, long story short, guys, there is no Meredith Lucas. It was a marketing ploy. You know, they said that she had committed suicide because she was despondent about her film not doing well, and it was a marketing gimmick that they used when they first put this out. But it really is still kind of a feminist, kind of juvenile delinquent kind of, you know, horror film. It's a lot of fun. I personally think it's great. I was very excited to put this out, and this is loaded with bonus features. And I got to give a huge props out to Mike Hunchback, who some of you guys might know. He's a musician and really cool dude all around, Mike Hunchback, and he helped put together a lot of the extras for this particular disc. And Jason Gilmore's artwork, again, looks freaking awesome. Blood Orgy, The Leather Girls, as it says on the back, man, I'm stoked on murder, and you will be too. Pick this one up today, guys. Next up, we have the first of many Joe Sherlock releases that we're going to be putting out. And this one is his film. He actually made this for Chris Seaver's Warlock home video back in, I think, 2012. Yeah, 2012. And this one's Bloody Red Lips of Blood. And what's cool about this one is, so Joe made this specifically for a Warlock home video. And for you guys who aren't familiar with Warlock, you should be if you're watching this. But if you're not, it was kind of fake throwbacks to 80s and 90s SOVs. And so what Joe went for on this was, he was trying to kind of recreate all those like sultry erotic vampire movies you'd see in the back of like Draculina magazine, you know, movies like Donald Farmer's Red Lips and stuff like that. And so he made Bloody Red Lips of Blood, and this one is a whole heap ton of fun. It's if you've seen Joe Sherlock's movies, you know what to expect. There's lots of large busty women, lots of blood, cheesy gags, and even some monster bugs in it. So this one's a lot of fun, and we got a few different versions of the movie on here, actually. There's an alternate censored version that's horror hosted by the horror host 8-Ball Amy, which is a lot of fun. And, I mean, there's some bonus shorts, a new audio commentary. So this is a really fun release. And I'm not going to give it away quite yet, but I did mention we have more Joe's releases coming soon. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys the first title. You get the exclusive when you watch the videos. We're putting out a drive-in double feature complete with intermission ads and the whole deal of 2 of his earliest movies. We're putting out Crimson Heather and Lust of the Vampire Hookers. And that's going to be available around December or January. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We got a bunch of other early Joe Sherlock work coming. So if you're familiar with his later stuff, a lot of this stuff hasn't been available for a while now, and so we're really excited. I love Joe's work. I'm so stoked to put this stuff out. So anyways, what's coming up next month? Halloween's around the corner, right, guys? Gosh, I'm talking so fast I need a drink, so cheers again, guys. Okay, so for Halloween, we have 2 movies coming out. And this is actually, next month we're kind of starting something a little new, and we've been putting out 2 movies a month lately. And what I wanted to start doing was put out one kind of what I would refer to as a larger release, so one of our kind of big flagship type titles, and then the other one being almost an indie spotlight title. Because there's lots of great indie filmmakers going today, and who were even going in the early 2000s, who were making short films and stuff like that, and so we're getting more into putting out that kind of stuff as well. And this one would fit into that category. And this is one from one of my dear great friends, my good friend Gore Filth, and this is his debut film, Backyard Gore, The Shorts of Gore Filth. If you are not familiar with Gore Filth's work, this is complete bonkers, crazy, trash gore cinema. Completely DIY, backyard kind of gore cinema. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's really disgusting in parts. It's funny in parts. You know, and me and Gore worked very closely together on these. I actually edited a couple of them under my pseudonym Fred Olin Wood, that some of you guys maybe recognize. And this is a real fun compilation of his first 4 short films. And I just heard today, I heard today he just finished his most recent movie. So I'm really excited about checking that out. But yeah, the short films of Gore Filth. And this is a really cool package. This is going to be coming out in October. And we're really excited to be being the company to carry this. And next up is our big Halloween release. So I'm super excited about this one as well. I've been a fan of this filmmaker, gosh, since the late 90s when I first discovered his work, and it's none other than Mr. Ron Ford, and we're putting out this movie that was made exclusively for us, Monster History 101. Now, this is a compilation of a bunch of his shorts he's made over the years. Some of them are shot on video. Some of them are actually animated, and the animated ones are freaking awesome, guys. The animation's really cool. You see some stills maybe there on the back if you can see that. And so this is a compilation of Ron Ford's shorts that are all monster themed. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a great movie for Halloween, hence why we're putting it out for the Halloween season. And if you're not familiar with Ron Ford's work, I mean, he's done so many great movies. I gotta recommend movies like, oh gosh. Losing my glasses and my brain. Speaking of Ron Ford, The Crawling Brain. That's a great one by Ron Ford. He also played the killer in The Bagman. He's also known as an actor. He was in Camp Blood. I mean, he's made a ton of stuff. V-World Matrix. I know he doesn't like that movie, but I'm a big fan of that one. And Ron Ford, lots of good stuff. So definitely check out Monster History 101. And then finally, gosh, last but not least, the movie that I have been working on for quite a long time now. We only announced it really recently. The sequel to Zombrella's House of Horrors, Natasha Knighty's Boudoir of Blood. And I'm so excited about this one. If you saw Zombrella's House of Horrors, this is pretty much the sequel. We kind of tried to improve on what we did in the first film, but we did kind of change a few things around this time. Last time it was just me and Tim Ritter doing the directing duties, and this time it's me, Ron Ford, Jeff Kirkendall, and as well as a ton of people helped contribute commercials. You know, people like Madeline Deering, who did Spirit Animal, Rebecca Reinhardt, who's making the embalmers. You know, a whole bunch of cool people helped out with commercials on this. So it's kind of more the same in the Zombrella vein, except Natasha Knighty is the world's first stripping horror hostess. So as she says in the movie, the more of the movie you watch, the more of her you get to see. And Natasha Knighty's played by the lovely Romelli, who you might recognize from Purveyors of Blood, which she wrote and directed, which we also put out. It was one of our earlier releases. And it has this great, look at this great little card in there. I'm sure if you bugged Romelli, you could probably send this to her and get her to sign it or something for you. And that's why we put those in there. So, and this is also got some great special features on it. There's a bonus short by Jeff Kirkendall. There's also bonus commercials, a bonus little segment I don't really want to give away. But it's a lot of fun, and this is coming out in November. There's one other title coming out in November, but I'm not going to spill the beans yet because it's too early, guys. But anyways, I'm tired. I need to drink some more beer. And I probably got to work on more movies because I got my wife yelling at me, telling me to get back to work. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. And please go to SOVHORROR.com. Please help support us. We have a ton of great stuff that we're going to be releasing soon, but we need your help to keep this going, guys. It costs a lot of money to do this. It takes a lot of time to do this, and without your continued support, I really can't keep this going. So I really do ask, if you're into what we're doing, please go to our website, buy a DVD, buy a t-shirt, pick something up to just help keep us going. Because without your help, we can't do it. I hate to sound like a pledge drive, but it's true, guys. I'm a one-man company. I literally do all this stuff by myself for the most part. Even though I shout out to Jason Gilmore for art, Richard Mogg for synopsises, Ryan Redding helps out with our website, Gore Filth also helps out with our website. We got people also help us out. So definitely cheers to all those folks as well. Madeline Deering helps out with the website. So anyways, guys, I'm tired. I'm letting you go. Go to SOVHORROR.com. Buy some cool shit. We'll see you next time on SOV and Beers. Cheers.